Welcome back, everybody. This is the Renegade Fight. Today's episode will be just addressing some key transfer portal news that we come across. Some transfer portal news that we really are excited to see. Some of these guys that we've been watching really have really put a stamp on wherever they have come from to now be a part of the Florida State Seminole football team. And we'll jump right into it. The first one is offensive lineman Chavez Sandman Thompson. He is a high school three-star player, was committed to FIU, Florida International University, now with Florida State. He is a good offensive lineman, blocking and pass protector. He is 6'1", 310 pounds, and he also is a wrestler during the offseason from the football season. Coach Herb Hand is really getting a good offensive line in order. He's been working hard, and he's really putting together a staff that he can really put on the field. And Chavez Sandman is one of those guys that he's an offensive lineman, and from what I understand as well, he can play multiple positions on the offensive line. Um, he is coming out of high school into Florida State, so this will be his freshman season here at Tallahassee, and he can play center, he can play guard, and he can play tackle. Now, which positions will he play most at? I don't know, because I really haven't really seen the film on him, only at one position. But from what I understand, he can play in all three positions of the offensive line. So it is one of the players. He is one of the players that really can be a really force for us. Um, So Sandman Thompson is a good pickup. We can't wait to see what he does this season. Next up is defensive back Antonio Cromartie Jr., 5'11", 170. As a high school player in his senior season, he had 85 tackles. Lost in the state championship game this season. Now a Seminole will be a versatile player for the Noles. Coach Patrick Surtain, defensive backs coach, really has a good secondary room this year. And not only does he have a good secondary room this year, uh, Antonio Cromartie Jr. is from Carrollton, Georgia. Cromartie Jr. is coming out of high school as well, and he is coming to the Florida State Seminole, will be a freshman as well for this season. If you know anything about Antonio Cromartie Jr., his father played for us at Florida State in 2003 to 2005. And Cromartie Sr. played defensive back. He was a kick returner for us as well. First team All ACC in 2004. He had 1,003 yards in kick return for his career at Florida State. And he was the first round pick. He was a first round pick and played with the Chargers, the Jets, Cardinals, and also was a four-time Pro Bowler. So Antonio Cromartie Jr. and Antonio Cromartie Sr. is both excited to be a part of the Florida State Seminole team, and Cromartie Sr. is excited to see his son follow into his footsteps some 20 years later to be a part of the team. And I can't wait to see Cromartie Jr. on the field because he also is one that, by him being a defensive back, he can play on the corner position and he also can play at safety. So to see him play both of those positions, I would love to see him just try it out. I don't know where he's most comfortable at, but I think he's comfortable in the backfield because he is a really, really force to be reckoned with when he gets back there in the secondary. The spring game 2025 for the Seminoles, Florida State Seminoles, is going to be canceled this year due to stadium field reservations. As we know, Florida State is getting a new football facility, practice facility, and game facility. Uh, it is going to be awesome to see. And not only it's going to be awesome to see, installation of the new seats, installation of the new steps, and other renovations will be in are being installed right now. And from what I know and from what I've seen and from what I've experienced, I've been to Tallahassee at Doak Campbell Stadium for the past 2 seasons, and they are renovating. And when I say renovating, they are taking everything down and they're renovating from top to bottom, inside out. Some streets are blocked, some highways are blocked. To get all of this inside of Doak Campbell Stadium, it is going to be awesome to see. And not only is it going to be awesome to see, I can't wait to go back to see the new stadium to see how is it all going to work together. More seats will be installed from what it was, and it is going to be awesome to see. Can't wait to get back to Tallahassee. In other news, far as the transfer portal, these are transfer portal hopeful commits, commits that we're looking at that we hope to land. I don't know if we'll be able to land some of these guys, but I hope we can really, really do it. Um, Offensive lineman Chaston Brown, 6'7", 270 pounds. He is from Warner Robins, Georgia. Not a commit anywhere right now. But FSU is really working hard to get him signed and currently is not committed anywhere, but he is scheduled to visit Florida State. He had a visit this past Saturday on the 18th. Um, on the 18th this past weekend. And don't know exactly how that went, but hopefully he was impressed enough to say, hey, I want to sign. And by him not being committed anywhere, he's so far has other visits and are scheduled to be visiting other schools. So Chaston Brown, 6'7", 270 from Warner Robins, Georgia. I hope that we can land him. From what I see, he's a little undersized, but he is very, very has speed and he's very, very physical. Uh, he's a varsity player, 6A region, and he was the player of the year as well. So he really is a good player, and I think he's one of those players also that he learns very, very well as well. Next, we have Zaire Mathis. He is an edge rusher, 6'6", 225 pounds. He is from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. He is not a commit as well. He's going to visit Florida State, and plans are in place to visit with Coach Norvell when he gets to Tallahassee. Zaire is a 4-star player, plans to visit Michigan as well, currently committed to Ohio State, and he wants to weigh his options to see where he really, really fits as far as his playing style. So I guess what I take out of this is he wants to visit Florida State. He's plans to visit Michigan, and he is committed to Ohio State. So I guess by the staffs of these 3 schools, it may not be a good idea for him to say, "Oh, I want to commit now," and it's not a good fit for him. So I can see why he want to weigh his options, and he really has a big decision to make. because these three schools, Florida State, Michigan, and Ohio State, they are one of the three of the three programs out of the nation that really, really produce players. They get players to the NFL. And not only do they get players to the NFL, while you're on their campus, you get developed all the way around. So I would love to see what would happen with him, because he also has a physical playing style as well. Next up, we have Devin Fitzgerald. He is a three-star receiver, wide receiver in the 2026 recruiting class. Receiver coach Tim Harris offered Fitzgerald a visit, uh, which will be taking place. It took place on Saturday, January 18th, 2025. Fitzgerald is a 6'2", 185-pound receiver. Devin Fitzgerald is a good pass catcher. Not only is he a pass catcher, he's tall and can get good separation against the defensive backs. Fitzgerald also has offers from the University of Pittsburgh, University of Minnesota, University of Duke, Arizona. And if you know anything about Devin Fitzgerald, he is the son of University of Pittsburgh legend Larry Fitzgerald. Larry Fitzgerald is also an NFL legend. Uh, and Larry Fitzgerald played with the Arizona Cardinals. So Devin Fitzgerald is the son of legendary uh, player Larry Fitzgerald. And from what I understand, uh, in an interview, Devin was excited to be on campus and to be excited just to see all the good things that's happening. Uh, his father, Larry Fitzgerald, as we know, he played at Pitt and is a legend in Pittsburgh. He is a great young man. Uh, Larry Fitzgerald is a great guy on and off the field, class act. Anytime you see him, he always has himself together. And I think his son Devin is the same way. The apple don't fall too far from the tree, as they would say. So just to move on just a little bit, NFL news, just to give an update. The Washington Commanders will be facing off against the Philadelphia Eagles in the NFC Conference Championship Sunday, January 26, 2025. The game will be played at 3 o'clock. Also, Buffalo Bills will be facing the Kansas City Chiefs Sunday, January 26, 2025. And that game will be played at 6:30. The AFC Championship game. Between these two games, as we all know, this will determine who will go to the Super Bowl to play for a Super Bowl trophy. So Washington Commanders, Philadelphia Eagles, Buffalo Bills, Kansas City. This will tell the story on who wants it more and who will be playing for a Super Bowl. So I just encourage everyone, like, share, subscribe, tell a friend about us. This is the Renegade Fight, and I am your host, RDJ. Always go Noles.